they look at us. That's the easiest way to say it. Now, I'll break it down, kind of chew it up for you. Gabby, when folk look at us, Michelle, what gets in their way, Desiree, of them seeing him? I mean, I gave y'all theological question, but Ralph, I'm chewing it up so that I can get it to you in layman terms, so that y'all can actually tell. What is it when seekers come to grace?
My Lord.
What is it that blocks them from seeing him? Or what is it about us?
What is it?
Tap your neighbor, say us. No, that's the wrong neighbor. Look at the person on the other side, say that includes you. What is it about us that turns seekers off? Now, I know you don't want to tell on yourself. So I'm going to give you the latitude tonight to talk about the other believers. Because I know you don't do anything that turns somebody off or blocks their view. But Reggie, based upon the stuff you've heard from some of your boys in your circles, what is it about church that blocks their view from seeing you? What is it, Chris, about us as men that makes it so hard for other men to want to come to church? What is it about women that has seemingly made it so hard for other women who may not have perfect paths to see Jesus? That's the question I need y'all to answer tonight.
Good question. That's a good
Anybody? Listen. Good.
Well, you
Can I get a microphone if you don't mind, Nate Maestro? Thank you, sir. God bless your heart. Thank you, sir. Come on, boys. God bless your heart, sir. Put your feet. Talk to us, Miss Ann.
Well, you get that kind of question all the time from people, where you work or, wherever you meet in life. We are sometimes guilty of acting like believers in church, but once we get outside, we don't be so the person that comes in that's new to Christ, new to the Bible, new to church, they can't even say that you're a believer if you're going to act another way on the outside.
You better speak.
And you've always said, we have to be Christians beyond these four walls.
Amen.
And I was asking someone a question this morning. What make people disregard what Jesus thinks about how we act? And I listening to the political stuff, every day, all day.
Yeah.
They have no regard for what Jesus thinks.
Yeah.
And it just confuses me.
Yeah.
But for the person that comes in, we have to act like we know Jesus, who he is, what he doesn't like, and act accordingly when we're outside.
My God, my God. Amen. That's rich. That's rich. I need y'all to digest and process that. Come on. Amen.
Mr. Ali got something back there.
Okay, okay, all right. Let's go to Ruth since we're right here.
No, that'll work. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, come on, talk to her.
I want to say, first of all, I'd like to say that when the truck caught on fire today, I immediately called Chris in Bolivia because I seen the truck before. I recognized the truck.
Wow.
So nobody answered the phone, her phone or the shop phone. So I was a little worried because it was going in the direction that I recognized. So I think about a minute and a half later, Chris called me and asked me was I coming to Bible study. So I got on my knees and started praying. But I was praying that, I was thanking God that it wasn't him. And I was thinking, when I found out that it was him, I was feeling so strong about it because I recognized the truck. And it disturbed me, it upset me. And I want you to know that I prayed and didn't know who I was praying for. Like I want to say, turning people off.
Come on, give God praise for that. That's your neighbor, so that's what grace is. Grace is praying for trucks and you don't even know the license plate of the truck. But I just need to lift up a word of prayer. Yeah.
Pastor, I can't say what turns people off.
Okay.
As far as me is concerned, because, for me this is new. But I can say that since I've been going to Grace, that I had a drunken cousin last week. We around each other often. And she grabbed me and hugged me and she started crying. And she told me, you look so different and so strong since you've been going to church. And I was pleased that this lady was intoxicated and she can see that I'm ready to change. And I just wanted to let the church know that.
Ali, I can't remember give God praise for that comment.
When it comes to how others see us, if we as Christians, as individuals, stop thinking as if it has to be an act of what we're doing. Not saying act this way, act this way, it's who you are.
That's right.
And wherever you are, that can either gravitate someone or repel them from what you're doing and who you are. And I think we get so caught up and focused on individuals like not being what we are, knowing that we were there at one point. There can be a serious distraction in spiritual growth and a growth of trying to move away from where we try to get from. But it becomes a place where you have to make that decision that from this point on, I'm not going to be that person.
My God.
And not put so much on other people to change who you are, but you taking the step to become and be who God has ordained you to be.
Oh, wow. That's
what I just feel is coming strong, is that we get so wrapped up on what everybody else is doing that we don't take responsibility of what we're doing. And so when it comes to grace, which I'm very passionate about, it's the fact of you do because you're not doing for the recognition of who in this church will give it to you, but you're doing it for the glory of God of what He's already ordained for your life. And until we get to that place where we're not trying to please Jones and Elder and whoever else is in this building, then we can grow and grace can be where we're trying to go. But until we get to that place, we're always going to be, as you've been saying, little grace in a big building until we get to the mentality of being a big grace.
Little grace in a big building. My God, that's revelation. And now remember, we're talking about pew blockers. We're talking about stuff that turns people off.
I think one thing that turns people off is a lot of believers and non-believers have never actually read the Bible.
Right.
So people think that they're doing the right thing, but we're not actually doing it the way Jesus did it. If you actually study the Gospels, how Jesus talked to people, how he interacted with people, he was very stern about what he believed, but if somebody was wrong, he didn't just, oh, no, you're wrong. And I think a lot of times when people come to a relationship with God, they just automatically jump to this, oh, well, you're not supposed to do this, so you're wrong. Not understanding that it's a way in which you do stuff. Not that your message is wrong, so I think people get caught up in the fact that a lot of times believers don't have any compassion or a desire to see the other side. Even if you know it's wrong, if you're trying to reach somebody, you have to at least be able to, I understand where you come from. And a lot of believers, either they don't understand, they really don't know, or they don't have the ability to at least portray that I understand what you're trying to say or where you're coming from.
Man, Desiree, that's so important. And I need y'all, as a house, I need us to hear all of this. Yeah. Because, Emmanuel, even though, as Ruth is saying, even though we're in big grace, some of us don't even have little grace mentality. Wow. Some of us still got Egyptian mentality.
That's right.
And part of what's turning some people off in terms of those persons that are non-believers is when they come in, they see exactly the stuff we're claiming to be delivered from. See, what's amazing is even though we're liberated here, Drea, many of us are still judgmental.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I know y'all want to admit it now, but I watch how you all look at each other. I mean, let somebody talk to somebody more than 12 minutes in here. Pedro, you know what? Because they trying to be real holy. I'm going to go ahead, me and you going to high five. If you talk to somebody more than 12 minutes, you got to be sleeping with them. Tap your neighbor and say, neighbor, I'm going to need you to keep your judgmental self away from me. Because everybody I speak to, I ain't sleeping. Okay, y'all don't want to talk. Let me talk to these folks. Look at your other neighbor. Say, neighbor, everybody I smile at, I ain't trying to go to bed with. Some folk I'm smiling at because they just need a good smile. Somebody shout, kill the spirit of judgment. We're supposed to be delivered.
You said the right word.
But many of us, as Desiree Luke, you still bring your judgmental perspective into the building. Pastor Pedro, you, yes.
One of the things that I tend to promote is consistency,
Yeah.
commitment, produces change. There are too many people that come to church, they learn how to do church, but they don't know how to be the church. And with the inconsistencies, people think you're bipolar. Because by the time you get out of the building, even when you get in the parking lot, you've already taken off your Superman cape and put on that other uniform. And one of the problems we have to realize is that people are always watching. That's right. And with the parents, start with your kids. Because your kids will see you falling out of church, but then see you turn the house up, like you done lost your mind. Then we wonder why they don't stay in church. Because we're misrepresenting who God really is.
Oh, Pastor, that's rich. Come on, give God praise for that. It's not just enough for us to do church, but we got to be the church. Somebody say we got to be the church. Amen.
One other thing that turns people off is how we treat people when they come. It disturbs me when I see people, their groups, you got your little cliques and you speak to certain folks, but then you walk by other people and don't speak to them. You got certain people. Sunday, the young lady that was in the spirit, I didn't know her, didn't know what she was going through. But the Lord told me to get up and go to her. And I could tell she was pleased that I came. I motioned to Reverend Tan, that was another young lady. But we should not have had to be the ones to meet this side of the church when there were grace partners over there that some of you all should have gone to the. It's the way you treat people. It means a whole lot. I've been in churches where you walk in and the atmosphere, folks are cold. You don't want to be there. But you got to be loving. I speak to everybody. I may not know everybody's name or whatever, but that's just my personality. That can turn people off. We can win people. As a result, that young lady walked up and joined the church sign. I'm not saying it was because I went to her, but whatever she was going through, she needed someone. I mean, we need to be more loving towards one another. There are members here, they'll say, you know, she don't even speak to me. There's some of you don't speak. And we need to be more loving. We can turn people off. They don't want to come here if it's not a friendly atmosphere. You shouldn't have certain folks that you just want to speak to. Love everybody.
Let me give y'all this in 5 minutes and we out of here. Amen. Here it is. What types of things are view blockers and turnoffs? Thank y'all so much for your contributions. Number one, clicks. And that goes exactly back to what Mama was just kind of talking about in terms of you spreading yourself out. Elders shouldn't have to stand up on Sunday morning and say, everybody, I don't know when it's gonna dawn on you all that when she says everybody's staying, she's saying that because half the folk ain't standing up. When we say it's fellowship time, whether you feel like it or not, you need to turn to somebody and share some love. Amen. But too many of us got clicks. And because we got clicks, we just stay in our particular section of the church. Number two, going back to Desiree's comment, we've got judgmental perspectives. And everybody in here lives in a glass house. And by that, what we mean historically is the same rock you throwing at somebody else's window. If they took that rock and threw it at your house, it's some stuff in. I just had to get a grace partner the other day because they were telling me what a female grace partner was saying about some other folk in here. And I'm like, she is the last person in the church that has any ability to say anything about anybody with as much stuff as she has done in the last 2.5 years. And the only reason the whole church don't know it is because I got enough integrity not to preach, teach, or talk about her business. But ain't it amazing, y'all, how the folk that are always trying to get the speck out of your eyes are the main one that's got laws in there. Tap your neighbor, say you live in a glass house. Now here's point number two. Here's point number two. Here's point number two as I press it. Y'all got one?
You got one, please.
Okay.
Judgmental perspectives.
There you go. Judgmental perspectives. Now, point three, okay. Amen. Thank y'all. Look at your neighbor, say neighbor. Put on your seeker-colored glasses.
Seeker-colored glasses.
Now, Michelle, I'm glad you're here for this one. Because you model in a tremendous way the different type frames that one can have. Michelle, you and Adrian, Michelle pretty much has a different type frame for every outfit. So tonight she kind of got on the pink and the blue in that time, so she got on the pink frame. Now, Pastor, why are you lifting that? Some of us got the wrong frames on.
All right.
Trying to reach people for Christ.
Okay.
See, when Jesus went and had lunch with Zacchaeus, he put on Zacchaeus looking frames in order for him to see Zacchaeus' situation. See, a whole lot of us are looking for Zacchaeus, but you ain't got the right lenses on in order to see how you can reach Zacchaeus. Here it is. Let me go ahead and lift this. Connecting with the person is not enough to change. Let me say that again. Connecting with a person is not enough to change it. What do you mean, Pastor? A whole lot of us connecting with folk in the name of kind of changing them and helping them become saved. But if you just connected, you're not really changing. What do you mean? Ali just brought up a tremendous example of his cousin who actually, was intoxicated, drinking, that kind of thing. You can't change that person if that person sees you in the same state they in. Oh, that went over y'all's head. Chris, I'm glad you feel it because the rest of the folk over here kind of missed it. See, a lot of us are going out on Friday night in the name of changing people and witnessing the folk. How in the world you gonna witness to somebody when you doing the same stuff that the people you trying to reach for Christ are? smoking weed. And the way you do that is smoke weed with. I got you. You say you want to stop your friends from kind of going to the club every Friday night, and the way you do that, you show up to the club and you get towed down in the club, then you try to invite them to church on Sunday morning. Connecting with people is not enough to change them. In order to change them, we got to do more than connect. When we connect with them, they got to see something different in us. Here it is. We can never look, I'm almost done. We can never look at seekers with assaulting eyes. Assaulting eyes. Assaulting. There you go, assault. Now what do you mean by assault? And it's so amazing because y'all are all in my lesson. Mama brought up an interesting point, y'all. And I was praying that she didn't get stuck on that speed bump, Elder, because it was going to kill this example. But she kind of veered off and cut on her hazard lights, which enabled me to lift it. Notice. Phil, watch this. She says there was a young lady over here that was going through. She left that side of the church, got them tan, went over, started ministering. All of a sudden, lady walks down the aisle, gives her life to Christ. Now, what the assaulting eyes say is she came because of what you did. What we have to do is move past looking at people coming to Christ, originate as a letter under your belt. That will slam over your heads. But we got a whole lot of assaulters in here. What do you mean, Pastor? A whole lot of us get excited because you feel like you're leading the church and bringing people to Christ. If the only reason you're inviting them to Christ is so that you can pour that nation on Sunday morning and say, I got 3 more people to come to church than you did, you bringing them for the wrong reason. You ought not bring folk to church and bring them to Christ so that you can walk around and brag and pat yourself on the back about how many people you done brought in. If truth be known, every time somebody walks down the aisle, all of us ought to shout, because the Bible declares when one person is saved, heaven rejoices. It ain't about how many people you done won. But y'all, that's what we are. Lady walk down the aisle, now you want to take credit. It's because of what you did. And maybe that's why some folk you bought ain't moved. Because they're smart enough to know that you don't really want me to join Jesus. You want me to join grace. So that Kim, you can brag to the rest of the people in your neighborhood about how many people go to your church. This ain't about your church. It's about people giving their lives to Jesus Christ. Somebody shout, it's about Jesus. We ain't gonna crowd nobody in here, the king of evangelism. We ain't gonna crowd nobody in here, the queen of evangelism. So what if you got 12 of your family members to church? Bring 12 more of your family members until everybody is saved. We got work to do.
Amen.
Here's the last thing, and we out.
You better work tonight.
You look at it when you bring forth that's some kind of merit for you. This last thing that we're done. Are you a secret agent or a change agent?
Okay.
What's the difference between a secret agent and a change agent? Some of y'all are ambassadors for Jesus in secret.
Okay.
Don't nobody know who you are except, am I something cute? Don't nobody know who you are except for the people that go to your church. Now you are an agent for Christ, but you are a secret agent. I mean, Joseph, you got grace down pat. We know who you are, Reverend Evans, in grace, but are you a change? When was the last time somebody outside of here figured out who you were? We got a whole lot of secret agents walking around. Secret praise and worship agents.
Yeah, Lord.
We got enough secret agents. We need some change agents. Yeah.
It's folk in here that all they do is sit in this chair at 8:30 or at 11, that the church don't even know who they are.
That's even deep. What happens when you inside the building and we don't even know who you are? And some of us sit next to folk every week, and you have no idea who you sitting next to. God. I need y'all to repeat after me. Come on. I'm tired of being a secret agent. I'm ready to be a change agent. When folks see me, I want them to see a change. Here it is. The change as we leave. The change in the head versus the change in the heart. Some of y'all been changed in the head. For hearts, you ain't been changed in the heart. See, and you got it up here, but you ain't got it. That's why we gotta keep begging you. Because it's here, not here.
Right there.
When it moves from here to here, see, when you change up here, it's gotta make sense. When you change in here, you trust it no matter.
Right.
Here it is. When you move from being a secret agent to a change agent, people will see your flaws, but they'll also see your faith.
That's it.
See, when you become a change agent, not saying that you're going to become perfect. Janelle, they'll see your flaws, but they'll also see your faith. The scary part right now, AG, is too many people, because we are secret agents and not change agents, all they see is our flaws. I want people to see the mud on my shoes, because I'm trying to meet and I'm trying to reach for with muddy shoes. How can you tell me what it's like to walk in the dirt if you ain't never been in the dirt? See, when we show up in here, all the folk with dirt on their shoes, you either clean your shoes or take them off. My argument is, leave the mud on the shoes.
On your shoes.
Because the mud shows.
That's heavy.
Lastly, people will see Jesus in the way we act, as Ruthie said, and the way we react. Some of us have not changed because you still act and react the same.
The same way.
If you still get mad 3 years later over some of the... See, some stuff ain't about the
That's right.
It's about